trying to like tame my hair because it gets a little crazy whenever I put in the dry shampoo. Hello people of the YouTube world and all who are watching this. I am Mackenzie 901K. There has been quite a few recent releases come out that I am very stoked, pumped, excited for, all the things. So I did compile my 3 top most excited recent releases. So I did compile my top 3 recently releases that I am the most excited for today's video, and I am so excited to get into them. So let's quickly do a run through of what we are reading. So the first one that we are going to be reading is the Spell Shop, and I will get into what this is about in just a bit, but this is the first one that we're going to be reading, and I am so excited to get into this. I've seen so many good reviews about this book, so we're going to be reading it. Then we are going to be reading Beneath These Cursed Stars by Lexi Ryan. This is Lexi Ryan's newest release in the same world that These Hollow Vows and These Twisted Bonds duology takes place in. So I love the These Hollow Vows and These Twisted Bonds duology so much. So I'm so excited to see what I think of this one. And then we also are going to be reading A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. This one I am also so excited for. I've never read an Ashley Poston book before, so I'm really excited to see my thoughts on this one. Hopefully I will end up loving Ashley Poston and want to read more of her books. Those are the 3 books that we are reading for the video. Fun fact, I actually already read all of them. I forgot to film an intro for this video. What we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to get into me doing some book organizing-ish, reorganizing. I'm going to show you guys new additions to my desk and also show you guys an overview of the bookshelf lights, because I did recently add some lights to my bookshelves and I think that they look phenomenal. So I'll show you guys that overview and we will get into the Spell Shop. That's pretty much all I've got for right now though. Let's go ahead and let's get on into the video. Hello. I am getting ready to run out the door, so I did want to quickly film an update, a book update. I have 2. So the first book update that I have is for the Spell Shop. I don't think I've talked about what each book is about yet, but this one is following our main girl, Keela, and Keela recently had to move back to a place that she lived when she was younger. Keela is now living in this place and she's kind of been very closed off. She was living in this library got burned down. Now she's back here and she's trying to pretty much just figure out her life and figure out what exactly she's going to do now, because for the past, I don't even remember how many years she's been living at this library. She now decided that, okay, I'm living here now, so how am I going to make a living? She decides to open up a jam shop to cover up for this spell shop that she is running, because in this world magic is pretty illegal. She now decides that she needs to open up a spell shop to try to help this place out and restore it back to its former glory. There's also this really cute romance. Honestly, this book is so close to a 5-star. Every time I pick this book up, I am just enjoying it so much. Only thing with this book is it's not keeping my attention, but like when I do pick it up, I do have a good time, and it is just a really like magical book, and it's pretty funny. The characters are really good. There's like a spider plant that is a character that talks. It's just so good, and I am really enjoying it. Honestly, I don't know my rating yet. I am on page 223. I have about 100 pages left, a little over 100. I am really enjoying it. I do love the cozy vibes. I do love the atmospheric vibes that we get in here. I'm just really obsessed. And then we started listening to Beneath the Cursed Stars by Lexi Ryan. This is Lexi Ryan's newest release, if you all don't know. I read These Hollow Vows and These Twisted Bonds duology a few years ago. These Twisted Bonds is a 5-star read. These Hollow Vows was close. So I am really excited to see where this book goes. And so far it is a little bit different. So in this we are following Bree's sister. There's like a whole new plot. It's a whole new thing. It's a completely different series, but it is still taking place in the same world. So far I'm really enjoying it too. I think I'm only on like chapter 4 maybe. The audiobook's really fun. There's multiple different narrators, which I'm enjoying. I love it when there are multiple different narrators in a book. So I think for now, because I am getting ready to head out the door, we are going to the library today because I have a whole sack full of books to return. So we're gonna go do that first, and then we may do some fall decor shopping. Not really like super duper going ham, because I did buy a few things last weekend when I went on my little vacation. I am probably gonna listen to this on the way there because I do want to make a big dent in this today too. I am planning on finishing this one up tonight, making hopefully a big dent in this one today too, and then we will start on a novel love story. It's sitting over there and I don't want to get it. I'm gonna listen to this one on the way to the library, and then when we get back home I'm going to read the last 100 pages of the spell shop. Let's get to the library and I will talk to you guys in just a bit. It is a bit later. I do have a library haul to show you. Not really a book update, but like kind of. First of all, let's do the library haul. So I did pick up 3 books, as you guys kind of seen. The first one that I picked up is Heartstopper Volume 1. I've never read Heartstopper before. I've wanted to read Heartstopper for a little bit now. I am very excited to read this one. It seems really cute, and I do love graphic novels. And then I picked up The Bear and the Nightingale. I have seen this book kind of everywhere, kind of sorta everywhere. We did pick this up. I don't really know anything about what this book is about. I just seen Cups and Thoughts talk about it, so I decided to pick it up. We shall see, but I did want to pick it up. The last book that I picked up is Circe. This one is Katie's book club pick of the month. Don't follow Katie, go follow Katie. Katie's book club decided to pick up Circe, so I am gonna read Circe. I don't really know too much about this other than I've heard it described as a very feministic retelling, so very interesting. We'll see what I think about it. I decided to pick it up from the library and not actually buy a copy this time because I don't really know if I'm gonna like it. I've never really been interested in reading a Greek retelling other than Percy Jackson. Anyway, I did pick this one up because I do want to read it. That's all the books I picked up at the library. I am also kind of embarrassed to report that I made an oopsie at the library today and I took all of my books back, as we saw, or at least as we all thought. Turns out I didn't take all of my books back and now I have one that's overdue. So oopsie, gonna have to go back to the library at some point very soon so I can return that. The library lady was very nice and was like, that's okay, just bring it back whenever you can. So I was like, okay, that works for me. And I was very embarrassed because I was like, here is all my books. I'm gonna start with a clean slate. No. So I do have not really a book update on these Hollow Vows. So I just started chapter 8 in the audiobook, which is page 90 in the actual physical book. I really don't know what I can say about this book because while this is technically a first book in a series, it's still a spinoff of another series. So I don't really know how much I can go into with this one other than the plot is really interesting so far, and I'm definitely loving the kind of love interest, not really bantery, but like kind of sort of bantery connection that our two, not really two main characters, there's like quite a few main characters, that our main character Jaslyn and her love interest are having. I think it's very interesting, and they do have history, which I thought was really interesting because I don't really remember too much. I really need to go back and read these Twisted Bonds and these Hollow Vows. But I'm realizing I don't really remember a lot of what happened in those books. Like, I remember the basics, but I need to go back and reread them. Now I think for tonight what I'm gonna do, because we got back a little bit later from our shopping excursion. Oh, and also I just want to mention too, if you guys are wondering what fall stuff I picked up, because I did pick up some fun fall decor that I'm not going to be sharing just yet. But if you guys want to know what I got, you'll have to stay tuned because I am planning on hopefully doing a full fall resetting, decorating, doing all the fun fall things video. So stay tuned for that. But I am pretty excited for that. I'm not going to lie. And I feel like this year, whilst going early is a crime, low-key, I am still really enjoying it. Anyway, tangent aside, I don't know if I will update you guys again tonight, but I will update you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's just gonna be chill. I definitely, hopefully, crossing my fingers, can finish the spell shop tonight because I definitely do need to finish it. And then we will continue this book tomorrow and we will listen to some more of it because I do desperately need to clean. We also need to get started on a novel love story because that is the last book for the video. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna jump into the spell shop and editing, and I will talk to you guys in just a bit. I don't know why I've never filmed a book update in this spot. I feel like you all are a little bit crooked. Hello. So it is the next day now and I am happy to report that I have finished the spell shop. I do have some thoughts. I don't really know right now what rating to give it. I am going to sit on it for a little bit because I quite literally just finished it, but I will say that it was really good. It's definitely different than anything I've been reading recently. I feel like that is a really good thing for me because I feel like I've been reading the same type of books over and over and I think that's what has got me in this book slump, but this book was different. And that makes me happy. I really enjoyed this book in its entirety. I don't really even think I have any complaints about it, because my only like thing with it was it is a little bit slower, but at the same time it's supposed to be a little bit slower because it's like a cozy read. I really did enjoy overall all of our characters. I really am happy with how everything came full circle and how it ended and how we left off with Keela. So I'm really happy with this book. The only thing that I think is going to deter me from giving it a 5-star is I'm worried that this book is not going to resonate with me, but we'll see, because it might. So I'm gonna sit on it for a little while. I loved every second of this. It wasn't like a flowery writing style, but it was still really beautiful, and the descriptions were really beautiful, and the just overall book was so fun. Now though, what we're going to do is we're going to continue Beneath These Cursed Stars. I haven't read any more on this since last night. I think I left off on chapter 8. But what I'm going to do with this is I am going to listen to it, because I am going to do some cleaning, and I also need to make my thumbnail for my YouTube video. So we're going to do that next. But I would like to finish this one so that way we can start this one. So that's the plans for today. I will keep you guys updated, but for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on this audiobook and we are going to get into designing my thumbnail. I'm just gonna get you in the background. That's not distracting at all. Hello everyone. So it is now the next day, and as you guys have kind of seen, I did start A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. But first, before we talk about this book, we should talk about the book that I finished, and that is Beneath These Cursed Stars by Lexi Ryan. I think that my reading taste over the years has definitely changed. I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing. It felt like the Twin Crowns books. I didn't necessarily love either one of them. It's just not my favorite. I really liked Jaslyn, and I really liked her counterpart love interest. I liked him a lot, but I didn't really love switching back and forth between two female main character POVs. I just found it to be not what I was expecting. I do still really love the other two books, the first two books in this like world, but I don't necessarily think that this one was my favorite. I gave it 4 stars. I don't know if that's gonna stick. It may get changed to like a 3.5. I don't know. If I would have kept listening to it, then it would have had a higher rating and a better effect on me. But I read the second half of this book. It was just an okay book. So now we are reading a novel love story by Ashley Poston. So this one is following our main character Elsie, and one night Elsie is driving to this like retreat that she's going on. Her car like breaks down and she's stranded in this town, and this guy named Anders decides to let her stay in his loft for the night. And then when she wakes up the next morning, she realizes that she is actually in the middle of one of her favorite book series. I am currently on page 68. So far so good. I am really intrigued to see how she ended up in this book series, but now she has to figure out, you know, why she's in this town. How did she get here? How did she get sucked into her favorite book series? So far so good. I mean, I don't really have any other thoughts about it. There have been some pretty good quotes in here, I will say. I'm really vibing with the writing in here. I think that the writing is so spectacular, and it reminds me of the writing in Emily Henry's books. I can see why people like this author. So I'm gonna continue reading a novel love story. I don't know what else I want to do today. We may do something else fun. I don't know. My fiance is here, as you all seen, and we are planning on going out on a little date-ish. We're gonna go try a new restaurant that just opened up in our town. So I don't know what we're gonna get into tonight, but I will keep you all updated on my thoughts on a novel love story, and hopefully we can finish up this book today. Okay, so really quick, I did want to pop in. I have read a little bit more of this book now. I'm currently on page 142. I don't really like our male main character. After he said what he said to Elsie, I don't think I would ever speak to him again. So the only thing is, when I went into this book, I don't know why, but I kind of thought it was gonna be like a, I don't really want to say Disney Channel-esque, but like the concept of this book just seems very Disney Channel to me. It doesn't necessarily feel as like Disney Channel-esque that I was worried about. And if you've watched Disney Channel movies, then you know what I'm talking about. I was afraid that it was gonna be super duper cringy and they weren't gonna know certain things. They weren't gonna know, like, for instance, Elsie mentions Iceland, and for some reason I just thought that the characters in the book were gonna be like, what's Iceland? Like, I thought the people of this town, because they're characters in this book series, I don't know, I felt like for whatever reason that they weren't gonna have like modern concepts, but they do, and it's not as cringy as I thought it was gonna be. So I am enjoying the concept. I am enjoying Elsie, but our love interest, no. That's my thoughts so far. I am very interested to see where this goes. That being said though, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna jump back into reading it. I will talk to you guys in a bit and give you guys some more thoughts on this book. Hello everybody. So it is the next day and I am sitting down to wrap up the vlog. We did end up reading 3 magnificent reads for this video. I do just kind of want to give my final thoughts on them. So let's go ahead and let's start off with the first book, and that is the most recent one, A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I did just finish this book like probably 15 minutes ago. The ending really like redeemed the book for me. I think my overall rating for this book is going to be like a 3.75 star. I did really enjoy it. I just didn't really love the romance. And then also once I got past the Disney Channel original movie thoughts, I don't know why I was having Disney Channel original movie thoughts about this book. I was like, okay, this book it's getting good. I just thought that things would be played out a little bit differently. I didn't really vibe with the romance. Definitely more towards the end, I thought that there were cute moments. I definitely was happy with the ending of the book. I just don't think that this romance is my favorite. I do, however, think that the concept of this book is one of my most favorite book concepts. I really like the town characters. I really like that we got to kind of invest in them a little bit more. I liked our main character, Elsie. I liked her a lot. I didn't really like our love interest still, even towards the end, even though once you get towards the end of the book, it does kind of come full circle and you do eventually learn why he is the way he is towards Elsie in the beginning. I still didn't really love him. And I feel like if we would have gotten just a little bit more romance, then maybe I would have liked this book a little bit more. I just feel like it built more of the world and the concept of the book than it built the like relationship. This book, honestly, if you like The Wishing Game, felt more like almost a literary fiction with a magical element than a romance. But also, I will say this too, and I made this comparison yesterday. If you like the show Once Upon a Time, it is so reminiscent of the first season of Once Upon a Time. That's kind of my overarching thoughts on it. I still really like the story and the concept of the book. The execution of the concept was beautiful. It gave more literary fiction for me in the end. Then we read Beneath These Cursed Stars. This book, I think I'm going to give a 3.75 star. It was just not a memorable read for me. I still really enjoyed my time while reading it, but overall, just not my favorite. I definitely think my reading taste has changed, because if I would have read this in like 2022, oh, I would have ate this up. This would have easily been like a 5-star. My reading taste has changed, so not really super duper into this one, unfortunately. I am probably still gonna pick up the next book in this series when it comes out, but wasn't a favorite. Then we picked up The Spell Shop. I still don't really know what I want to rate this book because I loved it so much. I gave it a 4.5, but it honestly feels more like a 4.75. I just loved it so much. I love the characters. I love the romance. It felt like a very refreshing read because it's not like what I feel like I've been reading recently. It's a very chill fantasy book with a very cute romance in it, and the vibes were fun. Overall, I really enjoyed it. It was definitely a slow, calming book, and it was perfect. It was perfection. I am so in love with this book. So this was definitely, I think, the favorite book of the video. And with that being said, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below if you've read any of these books. These were all some of the new releases that I was definitely the most excited for. But we do have some coming up in the next few months that I am definitely super duper excited for. So if you would like to see another reading recent releases vlog in like the next few months, we can definitely do that, because there are some very exciting books coming out that I'm like stoked for. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Helps out the channel, makes my heart smile. You know how it be around here. Also, We do try to post around here every Sunday and Thursday at 6 p.m. EST. That does not always happen, so be sure to tap that subscribe button if you want to stay a while, and also tap that post notification bell so you will be notified right when I upload a video. That's it. That's all I've got for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.